I'm going to show you a couple ways to make a slip knot. So I have my skein, my ball of yarn. I have the tail of my yarn coming out this way. And I'm going to lay out the tail of my yarn in a line across my table here in a straight line. Then I'm going to take the tail, I'm going to bend it over so that it curves up and over and is parallel. And so now I have two lines right here of yarn. I have the tail of my yarn on the top, and the strand on the bottom is what I will call my working yarn. That's attached to the skein. Now right here where I bended the yarn, I'm going to lift that up and I'm going to cross the working yarn over the tail of the yarn. And that creates an X, a crisscross, and really creates kind of a fish shape here. Okay, and then once you have that fish shape, I'm going to lift the head of the fish. I'm going to put my fingers through the head of the fish, through that loop that's been created. I'm going to grab the tail of the yarn with my right hand. I'm going to hold the very end of the tail because I don't want to pull the tail fully through. What I want to do is I want to pull the tail through that loop, and it creates a knot just like so. And that there is a slip knot. Okay, and you can put that loop on your hook, and you know that you've made your slip knot correctly because it should loosen and open up when you pull on the tail of the yarn. So when you pull on the tail of the yarn, it should tighten that knot. And then when you pull on the working yarn, it should loosen that knot. Okay, and then I'm going to show you again how to make another way to make a slip knot. Okay, this is what I usually do when I'm making a slip knot. I'm going to take the tail of my yarn, I'm going to lay it over my palm, and I'm going to give myself maybe about 4 to 6 inches. Okay, so I'm going to lay it right over my palm, over my pointer finger. I'm going to wrap it around my pointer finger where it's almost wrapped twice, just like that. So I can see the tail of the yarn, and I can also see that it's looped around my finger. Okay, and you can hold your working yarn in between some of your other fingers. You can choose which one, whatever is more comfortable for you. All that does is it frees up your right hand, okay, so your other hand, so you can start moving the yarn freely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the tail of the yarn on the left side. I'm going to bring it over the loop that is on the right. Okay, and once I bring it over, I'm going to grab that loop that's on my finger, pull it up and over my finger, just like that. Then I'm going to take my hook and insert it right into that loop where my finger is, and let go with my left hand, pull on the tail and the working yarn, and that creates a slip knot. Okay, again, I can test that out by pulling on the tail in the working yarn to make sure it does open and close.